Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something that might make some of you cringe. Math. I know. Flashbacks to those pop quizzes are coming back. But hold on, because this deep dive is about the math you actually use every day without even realizing it. We're going to see how math helps you cross the street safely, makes those online recommendations scarily accurate, and even helps catch criminals. Our guide for this journey is a fascinating video from TV Brazil's Ciência e Tudo YouTube channel, and I have to say, it completely changed how I see math.
It's true. Math often operates behind the scenes, quietly shaping our world. What's so compelling about this video is how it connects those hidden mathematical forces to things we all experience.
It starts by taking us way back to ancient civilizations, right? I always thought math was invented by some genius in a toga, but the video shows it evolved more organically.
Exactly. It was born out of necessity, just like language. Early humans needed to count, measure, and keep track of things. And that led to the development of basic mathematical systems. For instance, the ancient Egyptians needed precise calculations for their incredible architecture, and those geometric principles still influence building design today.
Okay, that's a cool connection to the modern world, but what about something even more ancient? The video mentions the Babylonians and their base 60 system. I remember learning about that in school, but honestly never understood why it mattered.
Well, think about how we measure time. 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour. That's a direct inheritance from the Babylonian system. There are theories about why they chose base 60. It's easily divisible by lots of numbers, which might have been useful for trade and astronomy back then.
So our clocks are ticking to an ancient beat. That's pretty mind-blowing. And then there's the concept of zero, which, according to the video, was a game changer. It seems so simple now, but I guess representing nothing mathematically wasn't intuitive back then.
The introduction of zero by Indian mathematicians around the 5th century was a pivotal moment. It allowed for more complex calculations and paved the way for the development of algebra. It's hard to imagine modern mathematics without it.
All right, so ancient math helped shape our modern world in surprising ways. But the video doesn't stop there, does it? It jumps right into how math sneaks into our daily lives, often without us even realizing it.
Right. One of the most relatable examples is crossing the street. We instinctively estimate the speed of oncoming cars and the distance we need to cover to cross safely. Those are mathematical calculations, even if we're not pulling out a calculator.
I never thought of it that way. It's like our brains are running mini math programs all the time. And what about when we're cooking? The video mentions fractions and ratios, and I have to admit that's one area where I still struggle.
Well, think about it this way. When you're doubling a recipe or adjusting serving sizes, you're using proportions. And that perfect cake, it's all about the precise ratio of ingredients, thanks to math.
Okay, you've convinced me. Math is hiding everywhere in the kitchen. But what about something a little less tangible, like online recommendations? How does math play a role there?
That's where algorithms come in. Those personalized recommendations you see on shopping sites or streaming services are powered by complex mathematical models that analyze your past behavior and predict what you might like.
So when I get that you might also like suggestion, that's eerily accurate. It's math at work. That's both impressive and a little creepy.
It definitely highlights how math is becoming increasingly sophisticated and pervasive in our digital world. And that leads us to another fascinating aspect of the video, how math helps us understand and even solve some of the world's biggest challenges.
Wait, you're saying math isn't just about equations and formulas? It can actually help address global problems. Give me an example.
Think about the COVID-19 pandemic. Mathematical models were used to predict the spread of the virus, inform public health policies, and guide vaccination strategies. While not always perfect, those models played a crucial role in our understanding of the crisis.
That's amazing. I remember those graphs and charts being everywhere, but I never really thought about the math behind them.
It's a great example of how math can provide valuable insights and inform critical decisions, even in incredibly complex and uncertain situations. And that power extends to other global challenges, like climate change, poverty, and disease.
So those mathematicians aren't just stuck in ivory towers out there. They're out there, making a real difference in the world.
I'm starting to see math in a whole new light. But the video also tackles something that I think a lot of people can relate to, the fear of math.
It's true. Many people carry a sense of anxiety, or even dread, when it comes to math. But the video makes a compelling case for shifting that perspective.
But how do we overcome that fear? It feels so deeply ingrained for some people.
Well, the video suggests a few approaches. First, it emphasizes the importance of good teaching when math is presented. In an engaging and relatable way, it becomes less intimidating and more accessible. That makes sense. I remember having a math teacher who used real-world examples and even humor to bring the concepts to life. It made a huge difference.
Exactly. And that leads to another point, connecting math to the real world. When we see how math is applied in everyday situations, from sports to music to art, it becomes less abstract and more relevant to our lives.
So instead of just memorizing formulas, we need to understand how those formulas can actually help us solve problems and understand the world around us.
Precisely. And that's where the video's suggestion of using games comes in. Games can be a powerful tool for building math skills in a fun and engaging way, even for adults. Think about Sudoku or logic puzzles. They're all about math.
Okay, I'm starting to see how we can make math less scary and more approachable. But what about those who are truly passionate about math, the ones who want to make it their career? The video mentions that a math degree can open doors beyond just teaching, right?
Absolutely. It's a common misconception that a math degree limits you to the classroom. In reality, math skills are highly sought after in a wide range of fields, from finance and technology to research and development.
So we're not just talking about becoming math teachers, we're talking about potential careers in cutting-edge industries. But the video makes a distinction between a bachelor's degree in math and a master's, right?
Yes, that's an important point. A bachelor's degree typically focuses on pure mathematics, which is more theoretical and abstract, while a master's degree often delves into applied mathematics, where you learn to use math to solve real-world problems in specific fields.
So if you're interested in a career that directly applies math to practical problems, a master's might be the way to go.
It's definitely worth considering, especially if you have a particular industry or field in mind. And the video highlights some compelling examples of how applied math is making a difference in the world.
Like what?
Well, in the UK, for example, math-related professions contribute a whopping 16% to the national GDP. That's a huge impact.
Wow, 16%. That really puts into perspective how valuable math skills are in today's economy. Investing in math education and research seems like a no-brainer. But the video also touches on math's role in addressing societal challenges, especially during crises.
That's right. The video's interview with Marcelo Viana, the director of MPA, highlights how mathematical modeling was crucial during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Right, I remember those models, predicting the spread of the virus and helping to inform public health policies. They weren't always perfect, but they seemed to play a critical role.
Exactly. While no model can perfectly predict the complexities of a pandemic, they provide valuable insights and help guide decision-making in incredibly challenging situations. And that's just one example. Math can be applied to a wide range of societal challenges, from climate change to poverty to resource management.
So in a sense, mathematicians are like problem solvers for the world, but the video emphasizes that math isn't just for a select few, Theo, it's for everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Viana stresses the importance of making math more accessible and engaging, moving beyond the perception of math. As a dry and intimidating subject, he even uses the term marketeers of math, suggesting we need to rebrand math and show people why it matters and how it can enrich their lives.
It's a great point. It's like we need to change the narrative around math, showing its relevance, its beauty, and even its fun side.
Exactly. Instead of just drilling formulas, we need to focus on developing mathematical thinking, the ability to think logically, to break down problems, to see patterns, to reason quantitatively. Those are skills that benefit everyone, regardless of their career path or interests.
I completely agree. And I love how the video highlights the importance of play and games as a way to engage with math.
It's a reminder that learning should be enjoyable. When we approach math with curiosity and a sense of play, it becomes less intimidating and more accessible. And who knows, we might even uncover hidden talents and passions along the way.
I love that. So far, this deep dive has completely reshaped my view of math. It's not just about equations and formulas, it's a powerful tool for understanding the universe, solving problems, and even making the world a better place.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
The video does an amazing job of revealing the hidden beauty and power of math, inspiring us to see it in a whole new light.
Okay, before we dive into the next part of the video, I want to hear what stood out to you the most so far. What really caught your attention?
What's fascinating to me is how the video seamlessly connects the historical roots of math to its modern-day applications. It shows that math is not just a static set of rules, it's a living, evolving discipline that continues to shape our world. in profound ways.
I totally agree. And it's not just about complex equations and theories. It's about the logic, the problem-solving skills, the critical thinking. That math fosters. Those are skills that are valuable in any field, any aspect of life.
That's a great point. It's not just about becoming a mathematician. It's about using mathematical thinking to navigate the world more effectively. Whether you're making financial decisions, analyzing data, or even just trying to figure out the best route to work.
You know, it's like the video is giving us permission to see math differently, to appreciate its beauty and power without getting bogged down by fear or intimidation.
Exactly. And that's a powerful message for anyone, regardless of their background or prior experiences with math.
Well said. Now, are you ready to dive into the next part of this incredible video?
I'm all ears. What else does this mathematical journey have in store for us?
Okay, so we've seen how math shapes our daily lives in ways we might not even realize. But the video goes even deeper, exploring how math is used to understand the vastness of space.
That's right. It highlights the long-standing relationship between math and astronomy. Think about it. Answering even basic questions about the cosmos requires math.
Like what kinds of questions?
Well, like how many seasons are there?
Okay.
How long is a day? How does the Earth orbit the sun?
Right.
These were puzzles that ancient astronomers tackled using math as their tool.
So it's not just about stargazing, it's about using math to unlock the secrets of the universe. And the video mentions some famous historical figures who were both astronomers and mathematicians.
Yes. Nicholas Copernicus, for example. He used math to develop his heliocentric model of the solar system, which placed the sun at the center instead of the Earth.
Wow.
That was a revolutionary idea. And it wouldn't have been possible without his deep understanding of both astronomy and math.
That's incredible. It's like he used math to rewrite our understanding of the universe. And the video suggests that connection is even stronger today with modern astronomers.
Absolutely. Today's astronomers rely heavily on mathematical models and calculations to study everything from the formation of galaxies to the detection of distant planets.
So the search for extraterrestrial life, understanding black holes, it all comes back to math.
In many ways, yes. Math provides the framework for interpreting astronomical observations and making sense of the vast amounts of data collected by telescopes and satellites.
Okay, I'm officially in awe of math's reach. Now, the video shifts gears a bit and focuses on a specific institution in Brazil, the INPE, or the Institute of Pure and Applied Mathematics. What's their story?
INPE is a leading research center and a driving force behind promoting math in Brazil. They do amazing work, including organizing the Brazilian Mathematical Olympiad, which engages millions of students across the country.
That sounds like a fantastic way to get young people excited about math. It's like a national math competition, right?
Exactly. It challenges students to think critically and creatively, and it helps identify and nurture young mathematical talent. But INPE's impact goes beyond education. They also work to connect with the private sector, applying mathematical expertise to real-world problems and showing how math can drive innovation and economic growth.
So they're bridging the gap between academia and industry, showing how math can be used to solve practical problems.
Exactly. The video mentions a striking statistic. In the UK, professions that rely heavily on math contribute a whopping 16% to the GDP. That's a testament to the economic power of math skills.
Wow, 16%. I never realized math has such a direct impact on a nation's economy. Investing in math education and research seems like a no-brainer. But the video also touches on math's role in addressing societal challenges, especially during crises.
That's right. The video's interview with Marcela Viana, the director of INPE, highlights how mathematical modeling was crucial during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Right. I remember those models predicting the spread of the virus and helping to inform public health policies. They weren't always perfect, but they seemed to play a critical role.
Exactly. While no model can perfectly predict the complexities of a pandemic, they provide valuable insights and help guide decision-making in incredibly challenging situations. And that's just one example. Math can be applied to a wide range of societal challenges, from climate change to poverty to resource management.
So in a sense, mathematicians are like problem solvers for the world. But the video emphasizes that math isn't just for a select few, it's for everyone.
Absolutely. Viana stresses the importance of making math more accessible and engaging, moving beyond the perception of math as a dry and intimidating subject. He even uses the term marketeers of math, suggesting we need to rebrand math and show people why it matters and how it can enrich their lives.
That's a great point. It's like we need to change the narrative around math, showing its relevance, its beauty, and even its fun side.
Exactly. Instead of just drilling formulas, we need to focus on developing mathematical thinking, the ability to think logically, to break down problems, to see patterns, to reason quantitatively. Those are skills that benefit everyone, regardless of their career path or interests.
I completely agree. And I love how the video highlights the importance of play in games as a way to engage with math.
It's a reminder that learning should be enjoyable. When we approach math with curiosity and a sense of play, it becomes less intimidating and more accessible. And who knows, we might even uncover hidden talents and passions along the way.
I love that. So far, this deep dive has completely reshaped my view of math. It's not just about equations and formulas. It's a powerful tool for understanding the universe, solving problems, and even making the world a better place.
I couldn't have said it better myself. The video does an amazing job of revealing the hidden beauty and power of math, inspiring us to see it in a whole new light.
Okay, before we wrap up, the video dives into something I think we all can relate to: the human side of math. They share a story about a math professor who had a surprising fear.
Yes, it's almost ironic. A math professor with a fear of public speaking. You'd think someone who teaches for a living would be comfortable in front of an audience, but even brilliant minds have their vulnerabilities.
That's so true. It makes those math geniuses seem a little more human, right? But what's inspiring is how he overcame his fear.
Instead of striving for perfection, he embraced his awkwardness and found a way to connect with his students through humor and playful explanations. It's a reminder that authenticity and passion can be more effective than polished perfection.
I love that. So it's not about being a flawless math whiz. It's about finding your own way to connect with the subject and share that passion with others.
Exactly. And it highlights the importance of creating a learning environment where it's okay to ask questions, to make mistakes, and to learn from each other.
This deep dive is full of great reminders about learning in general. But before we move on to the final part of the video, what message do you think this anecdote sends to those of us who might be struggling with math?
I think it encourages us to be kind to ourselves, to embrace our imperfections, and to remember that everyone learns at their own pace. It's not about being the fastest or the smartest. It's about the journey of discovery and the joy of understanding.
Beautifully said. Now, are you ready for the final leg of our mathematical adventure? I'm eager to see what other surprises the video has in store.
Let's do it. I'm always up for expanding my mathematical horizons.
All right, we've explored ancient math, everyday math, even math in the cosmos. What else could this video possibly have to blow our minds?
Well, it ends with a topic that might surprise you. It takes us into the world of sports.
Sports?
Yeah. And not just for keeping score or calculating stats.
Wait, what? I thought sports were all about athleticism and strategy, not math.
It turns out math is playing an increasingly important role in sports, especially in the field of sports analytics. The video gives the example of using statistical analysis to evaluate players, much like what we saw in the movie Moneyball.
Oh, right. Instead of just relying on a scout's gut feeling, teams can use math to predict a player's performance and make smarter decisions about who to draft or trade.
Exactly.
That's pretty clever.
It's about using data and mathematical models to uncover hidden patterns and gain a deeper understanding of the game. Teams are using this approach in baseball, basketball, football, even esports.
So math is basically becoming a secret weapon in the world of sports. That's fascinating. And the video suggests it goes beyond just winning games.
Right. Math can also be used to optimize training regimens, prevent injuries, and even design better equipment. It's all about using mathematical principles to push the boundaries of athletic performance.
Okay, I'm officially convinced. Math is everywhere, and this deep dive has been incredible. It's completely transformed how I view math. It's not just about equations and formulas, it's a way of thinking, a language that helps us understand the universe, solve problems, and even improve our lives.
I couldn't agree more. The video does an amazing job of showing that math is not just for mathematicians, it's for everyone. It's a tool that empowers us to make sense of the world around us, from the everyday to the extraordinary.
Exactly, and it's full of surprises, just like this deep dive. So, what's the biggest takeaway you're walking away with today?
For me, it's the reminder that math is a living, evolving field with endless possibilities. It's not just about memorizing facts and formulas. It's about using logic, creativity, and critical thinking to explore the world around us and solve real-world problems.
I love that. And for me, it's the realization that math is not something to be feared or avoided. It's something to be embraced, explored, and even enjoyed. Who knew math could be so fun?
Right. It's all about finding the right approach and seeing math not as a chore, but as a key that unlocks a world of understanding and possibility.
So, dear listener, as you go about your day, I encourage you to look for the hidden math all around you. See those patterns, those relationships, those calculations happening behind the scenes. You might be surprised by how much math is shaping your world.
And remember, you don't need to be a math whiz to appreciate its beauty and power. Whether you're a student, a professional, or just someone who's curious about the world, math has something to offer you.
So keep those minds curious, keep exploring, and keep diving deep into the fascinating world of math. Until next time.